Hello everyone, it's your girl Adrian from the Run Race Fango channel. Welcome back to my channel. We are back here today doing another season review for Degrassi. We are on season 8. Yay! Do y'all hear the less excitement in my voice? For those who know me, season 8 and 9 are like the horror house for Degrassi seasons. And yet, it's funny to me because you have people in the Degrassi fan community who was shit on the newer generation. When honestly, every episode, every season for the new generation, from season 10 through 14, is better than anything season 8 and 9 ever fucking produced. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I could watch season 10, shit. I could watch season 14, the season I hate the most. Then I could watch season 8 or 9. Honestly, when I watch Degrassi, I don't ever go back and watch season 8 or 9. They're just two seasons I just don't give a fuck for. Like, I feel like Degrassi really hit rock bottom. I don't have people like to say, oh, Degrassi hit rock bottom when they made the new generation. The newer generation is not all that bad like y'all trying to make it seem like it is. It's really fucking not. And to be honest, I really like to say the newer generation for me started when season 8 kind of began, because that's when you saw Claire, Allie, Casey, and Connor and Jenna. And those are all the kids who kind of are in the newer generations, season 10 through 14. Those are their classes. I know a lot of people like to say, oh, the newer generation starts in season 7. Yeah, I guess someone you can say that because, you know, in that season was the introduction of Holly J, Sav, Jane, and Anna. However you say her name, Anya, or however you say her name, Holly J best friend, and they don't graduate until season 11. So it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, you could say the new generation began in season 7. Me personally, I'm going to disagree because I feel like the new generation kind of really began in season 8. Because, like I said, that is when Allie and Claire's class got introduced. And for the most part, we know them as the iconic class from the 2010s through season 14, pretty much. So that's that's how I look at it. All I know is for a fact, before I had to turn on this review, I had to look at this cast to see who was in here. And I do know the only person that's new, the only two people I know that's new on this cast is that boy Blue that Holly J had a crush on, and Riley. Riley is one of the most boring fucking characters I've ever seen in Degrassi. I don't know what it is when Degrassi do stuff with their gay characters. Like, honestly, the only two gay characters I honestly did like in Degrassi, definitely they gave good storylines to, was Paige and Tristan and Alex. I mean, not Tristan. Paige, Miles, and Paige, Miles, and Alex. I feel like those were like the top three characters who were in the gay community who I feel like got really good storylines in my opinion. I just feel like if it was Marco or Tristan or any other characters like Riley, it was either they got the same old shit, they was in the same relationships, like rehashing and recycling, and it's just like I didn't care. So Riley's character to me overstayed the fuck out of his welcome, and I say that because from season 8, from season 8 to season 11, the seasons that he was in, he had the same fucking storyline, being in the closet gay, trying to date girls, pretend like he's not gay, and it's just like, okay, at this point, we need to like stop the brakes on the storyline. Either we gonna make Riley come out to his family and they degrade him, which is like at the end of the day, his storyline is over with, or we just gonna keep continue doing this shit where he's a closet gay. Cause I'm not gonna cap, his storyline was interesting at first, but I feel like I hit a strain with it during season 10. Like, I'm not even gonna cap. 8 and 9, I was all for Riley's storyline because it's like, okay, they're doing something different. Like, even though I feel like we didn't already had a closet gay, which was Marco, and I kind of feel like they were just recycling what we already saw with Marco. Only thing with Riley that was different is that he was a gay athlete, which I think at the time was something that you really did have to keep in a closet because the public degraded you, your teammates degraded you for being on a team full of men, like a man. So with Riley's character, is like he had something important, you know, being the closet gay athlete. But it's like 8 and 9, his storylines were good. season 10, I hit a strain because it's like I was kind of over it. And I only say that because, you know what, I'm going to keep that for season 10. And I'm going to explain why I feel like his storyline for me kind of strained in season 10 because it's about 8. Season 8. I would just say Roddy was a good character for season 8 and 9. 10, his storylines hit a strain for me, which I would explain in the season 10 review, and I will also explain in the season 11 review when he was still there. But as far as anything else, I'm not gonna cap them. All like I never really give a fuck about Mia's character, so I never really understood why they kind of made her character one of the main characters of this season. I'm really fucking confused because I never really cared for her character all like that. Never ever. From the moment she got introduced in season 6, I never cared for her character. The only thing I can get Nina Dobrev is that season 7 and 8, she definitely had a good glow up. My girl was killing. Like her face card never declined. Season 8, she definitely looked hot. She looked pretty as fuck. But it's like my whole issue with her modeling storyline is that why the fuck is Mia still in high school if she wants to be a model? She could have dropped out of high school and just been a model. You do a whole storyline where like the company she's working for is basically objectifying her, and it never really was. It's like the company she was working for when she was a model was like objectifying her, and I do remember it being like certain episodes where she had to sleep with someone to stay on the magazine. So it's like they never really went into depth with that. It's kind of like it was just something that they kind of wrote. I don't know. I just didn't care for me as character. So doing the modeling storyline for me was just something I didn't care for. And then Blue was just a guy that Holly J liked. Don't care for them. The college storylines, I thought Degrassi learned when it came to college storylines when they was doing that shit in season 6 and season 7. Excuse me. Whew. I felt like Degrassi learned when it came to college storylines. If I never cared for the college storylines in season 6 and season 7, what the fuck possessed you to make you think I'm going to care for them in season 8? And all the college storylines were really Emma based, so it was like, why keep Emma, Manny, and Liberty on an extra season that they did not need to be on in college that we did not need to see? It's like Degrassi, you would have thought you would have learned from that shit already. Doing college storylines with Marco, Ellie, and Paige, I never really gave a fuck. And I know a lot of fans would say their college storylines were better than Emma, Manny, and Liberty's. At the end of the day, I really don't care because it's like, this is about high school students. I do not care about their lives after high school. I do not care about what their college lives are like. I just don't, because that is not why I'm watching Degrassi. I'm not watching Degrassi to watch their college life. I'm watching it to watch their high school lives. So it's like, once they graduated, they should have just left. That's it. They should have just left. It doesn't even make sense for Emma, Manny, and Liberty to be all going to the same college because they are not a trio. I know in season 7 they try to make it seem like they all been friends since motherfucking diaper days, but we all know that's not motherfucking true. We all know that they have all not been cool like that. Not as a trio. They have not been friends like that. Emma and Manny are friends, and Manny and Liberty are friends, but Liberty and Emma are not fucking friends. I don't know why in season 7 they're trying to make you feel like, oh, them hoes always been tight. Oh, them hoes always been friends. Like, no, them hoes has never been cool like that. So stop it. This season is just really bad. It's just really bad. The only thing I really say I liked about the season was the introduction of Allie and Claire's class. I don't know why Spinner was still on the cast. There was no need for him to be on the cast. Allie was just basically another Manny. Sav was probably the worst big brother in the world because honestly I feel like half the shit Allie was doing, he should have been the one to chin check that shit. Sav, how do you mean to tell me you knew about her and Johnny's relationship and yet you never checked this nigga about it? You don't think it's weird that someone who's practically your age dating your little ass sister? It's like, nigga, you're like 17, 18. Why the fuck do you want to be dating my baby sister? It's weird. And I feel like Sav should have been the one to put Allie in check. Not to say like, oh, you're embarrassing me, but more like, girl, you're trying to be fast. You're trying to be mannish. You're trying to have boyfriends that have sex at 14 years old. And it's like, for what? What are you in such a rush for? Cause I never understood it when they treated Allie like she was pretty and they treated Claire like she was ugly. Let's call it spade a spade. I mean, when Claire came in here, she was looking like a goddamn church girl. She had glasses and a ponytail. They treated Claire like she was ugly, and then it was like I remember they did an episode. I think it maybe season 9, if I remember, where Allie basically gave Claire a new makeover, and Allie got jealous that all the guys found Claire to be attractive. So what she did was hit on Casey. Like, Allie, you really something. You are really something. How do you give your friend a makeover to boost her confidence and then get mad because more niggas find her attractive than you? At the day, it shouldn't be a goddamn competition. You was doing this for your friend to boost her confidence because she felt like she was ugly. It shouldn't be a competition on who's more prettier. That's not what friends do. I don't know why bitches are like so catty and jealous. Like, I ain't never been like that when it came to my friends. Never, ever. I ain't never been like that. I ain't never been no type of bitch to just destroy, to just go behind a girl back. Because it's like, that's just not who I am. It's never been like that. So, I don't know. I can't even tell y'all, like, why they did that shit. I thought that shit was corny as fuck when Ellie did that shit. Like I said, I don't know if it's in season 8 or 9, but I'm just going to mention it. What else happened in this whack-ass season? I think the whole Allie and Jane rivalry happened in this season. Yes, Allie lost her virginity to Johnny in this season. They had a secret relationship. Degrassi Goes to Hollywood was also in this season. Probably the best thing to come out of this season. Most likely. And honestly, I'm not going to cap. The only thing I really liked about Degrassi Goes Hollywood was the Ellie and Craig shit. Because I feel like Craig and Ellie definitely deserve to be in game. And I didn't like how at the end of season 8, 4 of those episodes, there still was no end game for them. Just a kiss, that's it. And they go back to they go back to their lives. I was not a fan of that because I feel like Degrassi, you missed the ball. You dropped it by not putting them as a couple. You did. Not making them in game. You did. You definitely did. Sometimes I just feel like I'm just dreaming. I feel like, you know what? Ellie and Craig do meet up together one day, and they are definitely in game. She is a journalist. He is a tour rocking rock star, and they have 2 beautiful children living in a big ass house. I do have that because I feel like most of these couples definitely deserve to be in game. The best episodes in this season, like the highlights of it, was definitely Jane Says. Episodes 18 and 15 were definitely the highlight of the season. Jane had some of the best episodes I've ever seen written in Degrassi, and I feel like there were episodes that they never done before, which was talking about, well, yes, child abuse, but this was more like sexually abused, right? Jane was sexually abused by her father, and I feel like this was definitely a dark storyline. When that girl said it's an underrated storyline, Degrassi, I definitely agree because I do feel like up until they did these episodes for season 8, mostly it wasn't really a lot of shit they were doing that was like important to me, in my opinion. So I feel like I wasn't mad at Jane being the one to get the episodes, honestly, because she was a character that came in season 7. For the most part, it just seemed like she was just Spinner's girlfriend. So giving her more of a backstory and more depth in these part 1 or part 2 episodes, I'm okay with. Like I said, she had some of the best episodes, the only 2 good episodes in this season, and I was right. Her episodes are the ones where Allie boosts up Claire's confidence because Claire thought she was gay, and then she gets jealous of her because all the guys find her more attractive. Allie, girl, you really ain't shit. And then let's talk about the episode where Allie loses her virginity to Johnny, which is episode 16. Allie, I really want to smack the shit out of you. And the reason why I want to smack the shit out of Allie is because, first of all, Claire told her not to do it. She did. She told her not to do it. And it's like, Allie, if you knew Johnny wasn't the one, why the fuck would you have sex with him? I get it. Allie wanted a boyfriend, right? She wanted a boyfriend. But I feel like, girl, at what lengths are you willing to go to have a fucking boyfriend? Why do you want to be with this nigga who is scum and doesn't treat you like a girlfriend? Doesn't like, he don't hold you to no standard of you being his girlfriend. So it's just like, girl, why do you want to be with this nigga so bad? And you know what's so funny? Claire told her she was going to regret it if she done it, and that's exactly what happened. Once she had sex with Johnny, she fucking regretted it because she shouldn't have done it to begin with. Because she did it for all the wrong reasons. She had sex with Johnny for all the wrong reasons. She had sex with him so it would stop him from having sex with other girls, which is just stupid. And then at the end of the episode, she get back together with him. Like, girl, are you serious? You falling for this shit? Are you serious? I feel like the Allie and Johnny storyline was probably the best thing to come out season 8 or 9. It was the only drama you got. Everything else, don't care for, literally. I can give two shits about. Like I said, I do not care about Peter and Mia's relationship. They had no fucking chemistry. Don't know why they was so hell bent on giving them so much storylines. Season 8 just fucking sucks. It is the horror house of Degrassi. Literally, the haunted house. I don't know anyone who sat and watched this piece of shit, but I feel sorry for you. Season 8 gets a 0 out of 10 for me because I do not go back and watch these seasons at all. I don't go back and watch any episodes from these seasons other than Jane episodes. You will never catch me putting on season 8 just because I want to watch it. Never, ever. This is my Degrassi season 8 review. Catch you guys in my season 9 review.